Hi guys. So I am making a video right now to present this question. This question is, what kind of a world would you rather live in? It's a fun game. So I'm going to present two worlds. Okay, one world which is like a little bit similar to what we have today, and then the other world is another one. Okay. Now, before I present those two different ideas and the question, I want to say that right now, if you watch the news, you might get the impression that what happens in the world is really only dictated by the super powerful elites and by just whatever big things are happening. And that you, the viewer, you, the citizen, don't have any power to make any impact on those things. And that's by design. The goal of, I would say, mainstream media is to present the concept that the world is basically a reality show. It's a reality show for you to watch and just sit back and spectate. Just like if you go to a football game or some sports event, or you're watching something on TV, they never ask you really, hey, what do you think? Or there's just no question of like, you, the viewer, have anything to do with it. It's just whatever happens, right? And you are supposed to have no control, and your job is to just sit there and watch and to have no say in what goes on. When it comes time to figure out things relating to society, things in popular news about stuff in politics, stuff in the government, international relations, how business works, what the big things happening in the world. There's no, what do you want? They might have like some talking head come on, some academic, some like important person, but it's really just about like, you, the viewer at home, your job is just to watch. That's your only job. So this all kind of, I'm bringing that up initially because the point is to say that we are told to believe, and this kind of the same in school too. It's like, this is how reality is. That's just what it is. You don't really, in public school, you don't hear about the history of like protests or popular movements making a difference. You just are like, oh, the powerful people did this. Oh, when these laws passed, it wasn't because people were protesting and demanding that thing, like the 8-hour day, or having a weekend, or that children should not work. That was just things that was granted from on high by the powerful people. And so nothing you do makes a difference. Your job's just to watch. Your job's just to buy stuff. Your job's just to consume. Just do the thing that you do as a citizen. But all the big stuff, that's for the government, that's for the powerful, that's for the corporations to decide, not for you, the person at home. Okay, so all that said, that's like kind of my foreword. The question is, okay, what kind of world do you want to live in? All right, so on one side, we have the current concept, which is called rugged individualism. It's called, you're on your own, good luck. Hey, if you somehow make it, you're going to be like winning the lottery. Hooray. It's sort of like, or another way is putting it like, it's kind of like Hunger Games, or it's a little bit like playing Monopoly or a board game where there's going to be a winner, and for sure there's going to be a lot more losers, right? And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's just life, okay? So one world is you got no one to help you. It's just you. You're fighting against all the big things. There's these massive entities with tons of money, and no one's really there to help you. But if you can become powerful, then you can beat up little guys too, right? Hey, if you can get away with it, great, right? So that's one model, right? It's sort of like the Wild West, Clint Eastwood, get your gun, defend yourself, fight for yours, get whatever you can, grab that thing before someone else grabs it, right? And it's sort of like, yeah, you're on your own. You're the lone wolf. It's a rough world out there. Watch out. Okay, so that's one side. Okay, it's a little bit. It's basically is exactly what we have today, in terms of like what you're expected to believe and think and do. It's like, find your own house, find your own job. Good luck with all the things. You're on your own. Oh, you want to do XYZ? Well, it's only up to you to figure it out. No one's there to help you. Just do your thing, right? Be proud of yourself. You know, if you can get there by the skin of your teeth and by struggle, that's the way to do it, right? Okay. Scenario number 2, other possibility, other world. A world where people actually care about each other. A world where neighborhoods and communities find solutions to solve their problems. A world where if you need help, someone's actually there to help you. A world where people aren't just trying to take things from you or just survive and get by, that people can actually communicate with each other, have friendships, have relationships, care about each other, have compassion for each other, and when it's appropriate, help each other, right? And that you're not alone, that if you want to have a neighborhood, let's say, that's safe, it's not just only safe because you've got your gun and no one's helping you or cares about you, but maybe there's a society or a neighborhood or a city or a community that has something in place where they actually know each other and they actually do care about each other and they want each other to do well. Or another way of putting it too would be like that, you know, you're scratching each other's back. You each help each other in some way. Maybe one of you has something that they give or do of value, and someone else has something they give or do of value, and they then provide those things for each other, whether that's through some economic thing like buy and sell, or a barter thing because one of them makes clothes and the other one is a doctor and they help each other with what they have, right? Or it could be something like they're just nice to each other. One lets the other borrow their lawnmower while the other one you know, gets the other's mail for them or something. Or they, you know, they have a neighborhood potluck party for fun, or they do nice things to each other, right? Where people can be friends and you can build relationships and care about the people in the community you live in. Okay, so there's 2 options, right? Now, if we believe that we as citizens, we have as average people don't have any power or control over how the world works, then it's like, why would you even ask that question? Things just are the way they are. The neighborhood's just the way it is. I'm just on my own with this thing because that's just how it is. Okay, now imagine that we actually are the ones that get to choose how society is. Imagine that we actually have freedom of choice, that we can direct and change the world to be a certain way, the way that we want it to be, right? Okay, so now if you have power, if you are empowered, if you have the ability to affect the place where you live and to strive towards some vision, which vision would you want? Right? And you might think like, hey, you know what? Society's got both these things. You got some elements where you're on your own, some elements where people are nice and helping you out, right? But I would say overall, right now we're in a situation where things are leaning much more on the side of you're on your own, good luck, where it's about divide and conquer. And it's mainly about corporations and governments. Government was supposed to be that thing that helps people. It's the place where people connect and help each other. But this government thing has just become this crazy, distorted thing, mostly controlled by huge money in Washington, D.C., which in turn is controlled by massive corporations and the money that they donate to political campaigns. So the government today does not serve the people. Neither do corporations. And yeah, those are the most powerful things that are out there. So what the heck? So we are now at a crossroads in society where we've got to actually stand up on our own 2 feet and start figuring out how to make society work for us because no other big powerful thing is doing it, okay? And I have an idea, a concept, a way that is going to help build a society that we actually want. And it's going to start by trying to move wealth and money away from billionaires and big corporations that don't need it, where it's centralized in a way that's sucking money, extracting money out of communities. Instead, start with something very simple, like a small business network of people who want to buy and sell products from each other because they know it's helping other people just like them. Would you, for example, if you have a small business, would you like tens of thousands of other people who maybe also own small businesses or just like concerned citizens who they want a community and society and an economy that's based around lots and lots of small businesses, a big diversity, and all the wealth being more in communities instead of concentrated in corporations? Would you want tens of thousands of people to be able to access your goods and services in a network where you don't have to compete with big corporations? I would think if you're a small business that you would like that. You might think, you know what, like, why join some network? Well, it's like, hey, listen, if everyone says, I want a world where corporations aren't running and controlling our government, and like, we don't have a perfect solution yet, we're not going to just suddenly step into some amazing society. But what we can start doing is we can stop just exporting money out of our communities, and we can start giving it to each other. Do you have a business, or would you like more money? Okay, great. How about we stop sending that money out of our cities and instead give it to people in exchange, fair exchange for goods and services with other humans, human-based businesses that are in our community that agree that we need to change the way things are, that agree and understand that we don't want a society of rugged individualism, and instead we want a society of people helping people that's based on community relationships that have a human face, that actually care about something, as opposed to big corporations that only care about profit at the expense of everything else. We can move into a community and society and people-based model and economy where the thing that we're doing is we're putting money back into our communities. We're keeping the money flowing. We're building wealth for small businesses and entrepreneurs that we can actually have a relationship with and that aren't going to be corrupting our government because it's this insane concentration of wealth and power that's making it basically like a giant mobster who can get rich the fastest in some like legal criminal bribery ring that's Washington, D.C. today. We can build a new society, okay? And it starts super simple. It's like a small business directory where instead of going to Amazon first or Walmart or Home Depot or Starbucks, you can go to the small business directory, look in your community, be like, who in my city has this good or service that I want? And you can find somebody, right? Doesn't mean you have to buy from that thing, but it's like there's an option, right? It's not just the farmer's market every Saturday. Like, there's an option you can always go to, and these businesses need your business. These are people and entrepreneurs that want to have a business. Maybe they can't right now because they can't compete with the big guys. But once I create this directory, any one of these small businesses can be on there, and you can start buying and shopping from those places, all right? And then eventually I'm going to build something where it can be like digital products. And part of this is not just like, oh, just create this business directory. It's a place where people and businesses understand, like, we're going to start shifting from this corporation extraction model to buying goods and services that are made by people, right? And we're going to also start divesting from corporations. We're going to be able to start helping people shift from their corporate job to that business that they always wanted to start but never had a way to market. And now we'll have a place where they can market their business and get sales easily because they are part of this community model. They can share who they are, what they're doing, and why they care about it, and start to get actual sales and revenue instead of competing on Google against all these massive corporations, right? That don't need the money because they're just funneling most of it to billionaires since they own most of all stocks in the stock market. So that's the question. Do you want the society of rugged individualism, or do you want a society that works for people? A society where humans are in control and we have the power to choose our destiny. Where people believe in other people, where people can have relationships with other people, and where the average person, entrepreneur, has the ability to create something that can actually get visibility. Right? We can do that. We can make that decision. We have that power and agency. I'm building that thing. I'm calling it Buy Local right now, BY Local. I'm going to build a website. I'm going to list it on this channel. If you care about this conversation, I want you to stay with me, subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with your friends. Anyone you know who has a small business, this is free marketing. It's going to be free to be on this directory. This is the future. It's not like business directories are the future. There's lots of business directories. This is a movement. It's much bigger than just a business directory. This is about creating a concept where everyone agrees that this is the problem. The problem is extractive corporate economics. The solution is small business communities, building relationships, keeping money in the community, keeping money among small businesses and people, human-based businesses, and building up our wealth and power that way instead of just draining it out to corporations that don't care, and to corporations that are corrupting our government that also doesn't care about us. This is about creating a world where the things that have power are people-based businesses and people that care. That's what this is about. So join me. I love you. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.